We are currently helping a 3-bay car repair shop with a better location. In the past 30 years, they've moved about 5 or 6 times. Each time it's slightly better location. Right now they have about 5 bays, but you got to remove a lot of cars to get into the back bays because it's expanding through buildings and it's very awkward. And you have to wait for the car in front to be finished. And what do you do with people? People are not being very efficient. They don't have, the software that they need. They don't have the parking space that they need. I've told him he should be washing cars every time there's a repair, even for an oil change. The car should be, washed, not necessarily detailed, but washed from the outside. And with a production line like that, he should have better customers. And what he finds is every time he moves to a different location, he loses some of the customers. Now it's too far for them. And how do you repair cars in the middle of the night? There's a conversation we've been having for the past 5 years. Because when do you need your vehicle? Is it during the day when you're going to work or at night when you're sleeping, right? When should the vehicle be repaired? Right? And we've been having this argument for quite a few years now. So I think we're in the process of getting him a loan, at least $1 million, to not only buy the building, right? Buy the building, renovate it, put in the proper hoists, and the proper equipment, and coat the floors and proper lighting and proper ventilation and a lunchroom and a car wash, as I mentioned, and the software and everything he needs to run a $20 million operation. And he likes the idea, but he's kind of hesitating on going for something like this. So I'm wondering, the people that are already in the car repair industry, what do you need to hear for you to give up your current location that you're renting, right? And each time you move to a slightly larger location, you lose clients. What if instead of moving 4 or 5 or 6 times over a 30-year period, what if you were to move into let's say, a 20,000 square foot facility that has all the amenities, the lunchrooms, the break rooms, the ping pong table, the pickleball court, to build trust and credibility and build morale and the real culture within your company, and hire a management team and a place where you can grow with enough parking spaces where a client can drop it off and pick it up, or even have a shuttle bus pick up the clients, or a flatbed pick up the clients and drop off the vehicles, and have the software communicate directly with the clients. We are changing your brakes right now. The fronts are done. The back will be done in 45 minutes, and you can pick it up at 3 o'clock. Right? What if you had that type of communication, and AI was doing all that, and you could eliminate 2 or 3 salaries in your office, and the clients, because they're more informed, they're happier, much happier, even if they're paying a higher bill, right? They want to know what's happening with their vehicle. They're stressful. It's a stressful situation, especially when they're being diagnosed with an electronic issue or something. So the people in already in the industry, what would have to happen for you to say enough of this bullshit with 2 or 3 bays? I want to get to a 20,000 square foot facility with air exchangers and beautiful floor, coated floor, and everything pristine. It looks like a professionally designed shop. And what if you could go from, let's say, 1 million to 20 million or 30 million in sales? What would have to happen? How much money would you need? And if you got it for, let's say, 3.5%, would that be enough to get your attention? What if we were to help you with social media as well to get you in front of 20 million future potential clients in your area? Right? What if you went after fleets and it was the fleets that you're repairing on second or third shift? Would that be enough to get your attention? Because these opportunities exist. We have funded $100 million fish farm, a $50 million oil field development, manufacturing, restaurants. We've funded quite a few different things. But in order to get funding, first you have to have a well-designed business, right? A business blueprint, has 300 to 500 pages of proven research, proven strategies. Again, why is this gentleman hesitating about doing this? Is it too much change too fast? Would love to hear your comments. What's the hesitation? We'll talk soon. Take care.